The diplomatic hall of the Draconis flagship hummed with an energy that made David's skin prickle. He adjusted his glasses nervously, clutching his data tablet like a shield against the towering alien presence before him. Commander Ash stood beside him, arms crossed, her expression unreadable. She was human like him, but where David was all awkward angles and nervous energy, Ash was composed steel, a decorated military officer who'd seen more combat than he'd seen cafeteria meals. The dragon woman, Empress Jathara, rose from her obsidian throne. Her scales shimmered like molten copper in the chamber's bioluminescent light, and her amber eyes fixed on David with an intensity that made him want to disappear into the floor panels. The human geneticist, Jathara's voice resonated like distant thunder. David Chen, you have studied our reproductive crisis. David swallowed hard. Yes, Your Eminence. The data suggests that the Draconis genome has been degrading for the past 1,000 years due to— I am aware of my species' failures, she interrupted, descending the steps with frightening grace. Each movement was predatory, calculated. What I require is a solution. Ash stepped forward slightly, protective. Dr. Chen has prepared several theoretical approaches to genetic stabilization that don't require— I want a child of yours, Jathara said, her eyes never leaving David's face. The silence that followed was absolute. David's brain short-circuited. What? Your species' genetic adaptability is legendary, the Empress continued, circling him slowly. Humans conquered worlds of ice and fire. You breathe different atmospheres with simple modifications. Your DNA is aggressive, integrative, hungry. The Draconis bloodline needs this strength, or we will be extinct within 3 generations. That's not how genetics works, David stammered, his scientific mind grasping for rational ground even as his social anxiety screamed at him to run. Cross-species reproduction is theoretically impossible without extensive— Your people said faster than light travel was impossible, Jathara countered. You said it anyway, and the galaxy trembled. Ash's hand moved to her sidearm instinctively. Dr. Chen is not a breeding specimen. The dragon woman's laugh was like rolling thunder. Commander Ash, your protectiveness is noted. But I am not demanding. I am requesting. Her gaze softened fractionally. The Draconis Empire spans 40 star systems. We have technologies that make planets kneel, yet we cannot save ourselves from our own genetic stagnation. David found his voice, though it still shook. Even if I agreed, which I'm not saying I am, the biological incompatibilities alone would require years of research. Decades, probably, and that's assuming it's even possible. Then we begin, Jathara said simply. You're insane, Ash interjected. David, we're leaving. But David's mind was already spinning, the puzzle pieces clicking together despite his terror. Wait, he said quietly. Ash looked at him incredulously. Your cellular structure? It's carbon-based like ours, but with silicon reinforcement. That's why your scales are so strong. Jathara's eyes gleamed. Continue. And your reproductive cells, they're not exactly like eggs or sperm. They're more like adaptive templates. They want to integrate foreign genetic material. David's hands moved as he spoke, the familiar territory of science steadying him. That's how your species evolved, wasn't it? You absorbed traits from other species on your homeworld. My ancestors devoured their prey and took their strengths, Jathara confirmed, but the practice was abandoned millennia ago as barbaric. Now we are too specialized, too pure. We are dying of our own refinement. Ash grabbed David's arm. Don't even think about it. David looked at her, then back at the Empress. The scientist in him saw the elegant problem, the biological puzzle that could redefine xenobiology. The human in him saw a proud species facing extinction. I won't directly participate, he said carefully. Ash's grip tightened, but I'll research it. Find a way to create a hybrid genome using genetic samples. Synthetic processes. No actual— David, Ash hissed. If it's even possible, he continued, speaking faster now, it would require full cooperation. Access to your genetic archives, your medical facilities, and a team of both human and Draconis scientists. Jathara studied him for a long moment. You would do this? Save a species that has been at war with yours for 2 centuries? David pushed his glasses up. That's what humans do. We're stubborn like that. Besides, he managed a weak smile. The scientific paper alone would be incredible. For the first time, the Dragon Empress smiled, a terrifying display of crystalline teeth. The human capacity for curiosity surpasses even their capacity for violence. This is why you are dangerous. She extended a clawed hand. Very well, geneticist. Save my people and the Draconis Empire will owe humanity a debt that spans the stars. David shook her hand, his small human fingers engulfed by scaled talons. Ash pulled him aside the moment they left the chamber. Do you have any idea what you just agreed to? Potentially rewriting the rules of xenobiology? David offered weakly. Starting a diplomatic incident if this goes wrong, Ash corrected, but her expression softened slightly. Though I suppose if anyone could pull off the impossible, it'd be the guy who reprogrammed a coffee maker to synthesize antibiotics. That was one time. And we needed the medicine, David protested. You're insane, Ash said, but there was something like pride in her voice. Both of you are insane. Maybe that's what this galaxy needs. As they walked through the corridors of the alien flagship, David's mind raced with possibilities. Humanity had always been told they were too aggressive, too adaptable, too much for the ordered galaxy. But maybe that wild human spark, that refusal to accept the impossible, was exactly what a dying civilization needed. Humanity. Fuck yeah, he muttered under his breath. Ash smiled. Now you're getting it.